Dang, hold up. Am I reading that right? I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. So in other words, whenever y'all need someone to pull through for a hit, I'm that go-to guy. So he just went from success in shows. Now he's talking about success just lyric wise, just music wise. Reminding them like, hey, this is who you're talking to.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. 'Cause I've been blasting and laughing for so long that even my mama thinks how my mind is gone. And I ain't never crossed a man who didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, that's unheard of. You better watch how you talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lined and chalking. I really hate to trip, but I gotta load. As I croak, I see myself in a pistol smoke. Oh, I'm the kind of G the little homies wanna be, like on my knees in the night, saying prayers in the street light. Been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. Keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise.
All right. How's it going? I got another one. This one, I had to do this one. I figured it was a good idea, looking at the first comeback that I made for the Ask a Wise Guy series. So for this one, man, I hate it. I hate sounding like those old preachers, like an old Baptist preacher in the 80s, when I say that I'm not gonna be long. Yeah, I'm not gonna be long. This one, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. I know there's some backstory. I don't want to get into that. I know there's gonna be some heavy details that I'm just gonna overlook. I'm not gonna get into that. For me to actually stick to my words that I just gave you, I'm not gonna be long. We gotta get right into it. Drizzy's verse, if you haven't heard it already, they say it's a leaked track, but of course, if something leaks from the studio that Drizzy is recording in, there's gonna be some ready-made lyrics. So I got the lyrics up for Drizzy and I got the lyrics up for Rose. His Rose's champagne moments in Drizzy's dropping Give Me 50 or push-ups. So here we go. Let's look into it. So for this one, another reason why I think it's good for us to do this is because this is Black excellence. However you look at it, whatever kind of angle you want to come at with this one, it is Black excellence. And these aren't brothers rapping about, just low life, low level stuff. No, these are brothers that are established, they are accomplished. You better believe there's some serious nepotism involved. But that's all right. Most of the money in this world is being moved through nepotism anyway, right? So if you want to get that deep into it, you know, hey, by all means, but we're not doing that today. Let's just look at the fact that these are two successful brothers, three actually, because Kendrick is actually in there too. But you know, it's a couple of successful brothers that's just battling each other from a sense of success, and that's what I want to kind of zero in on. That success. It's a battle of success. See, and then there's lyricism. So let's get into it. I got my coffee. I hope you got yours or your tea. Anything stronger than that destroys stoicism, fellas. It's called stoicism in the world of philosophy, and it's called class in the world of gentlemanship, or in the modern world. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and start with Rosé's. The verse starts, this is what Rosé's saying: fish tanks and marble floors, living big and bad. Cats laugh until they hit with my official jab. Okay, so let's just stop right there. That doesn't really make sense. I mean, it does, but it's not that creative. See, it's money talk. I like the money talk. Fish tanks and marble floors, living big and bad. Right? Cats laugh until they hit with my official jab. If he's talking about jab as in vaccine, okay, cool, but that doesn't make sense. So this isn't really a punch. He's just rhyming. He's just building you up for the 4-bar, for the 8-bar setup. So cracked smoke is the exhaust from my pen and pad. Okay, that's good, you know. That's good figurative speech. Ghostwriters, they get to floss what you could have had. All right, he can't be talking to Drake on that. Ghostwriters, they get to floss what you could have had. So of course he is talking to Drake, but he can't be talking about what you could have had. This is Drake we're talking about. What is it that Drake hasn't accomplished that he could have accomplished? Already, just the first 4 bars, we're seeing that Rosé's kind of out of place here, dissing Drizzy. So let's go over to Drizzy's, his first 4. Look, I could never be somebody #1 fan. Your first #1, I had to put it in your hand. That's a bar. That's a bar. It's not a double entendre. It's not, you know, it's the first 2 bars, but that's a bar. Because it's true. What is he saying? I got all you guys started. I'm gonna paraphrase here because it's all about class here. You punks can't get booked outside America for nan or nothing. I'm out in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan. So what is he saying? He's saying, you know, there's kind of levels to this. You guys can perform. You guys can perform in Japan also, but I'm big in Japan. So while you're you know, trying to keep, you know, the gasoline going, while you're trying to keep the fire going in the States, I'm actually popping in this whole other side of the world. See, black excellence. This is why we had to do this. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be aware of the time on this. Some of my favorite orators, some of my favorite speakers, you know, they get on YouTube and their videos are an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. I'm not gonna do that. You know, most of my material are in my books. That's why you rarely see me get on here. But here we go. Let's go with the next 4 from Rose. Record label taking a loss. Are you in your bag? You a worker wanting to chart. Don't make me laugh. This isn't making sense. It's not making sense. And you know, if you guys ever heard me talk about Rose, I already know he's not a barbarian, right? I don't really listen. Whenever I do, you know, I don't really listen to him for bars. I listen to Rose, to be honest. I listen to Rose for that beat. It's a beautiful mingle between, you know, just classy, smooth jazz and hip hop. You know, I listen to him for that beat, and I could just throw instrumentals on from some of his music and be all right, be perfectly fine. But this isn't a bar. Let's try the next 2. Get to mine, tell by my watch. This is a different time. Living fine, I'm getting high as your trap decline. That's not. He's talking watches to Drizzy. You know? I kind of like his diss against Birdman a little bit, because he was kind of talking up, like, hey, you know, I used to look up to you. What happened? You know, you kind of going from OG to old head in my eyes, kind of talk, you know, and it made sense. But it's kind of the same position here with Drizzy and Rose, because Drizzy was here long before Rose, at least in the media's eyes, and they kind of came out around the same time. But you know, to just cut to the chase, when Wayne dropped Carter 3, that was when Drake came out. We just didn't know it was Drake. See, so you know, if you know that history, that's that. But he should be talking to Drizzy with more of a stance of, you used to be OG, now you old head, you know? But he's talking to Drizzy as if he's the OG, and Drizzy is just one of his young bulls, one of his young guys, one of his young shooters. He said, you a worker wanting to chart. What? And then here's Drizzy is talking about Japan, and it's true, right? Back to Drizzy. I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. That's a fact. Tough on record in my city. It was friend zone. Dang. Tough on record in my city. It was friend zone. Hold up, am I reading that right? I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. So in other words, you know, whenever y'all need someone to pull through for a hit, you know, I'm that go-to guy. So he just went from success and shows, now he's talking about success, just lyric-wise, just music-wise, reminding them, like, hey, this is who you're talking to. And it's a shame. You do have to remind people who they're talking to in this world. Very often, you know, people start getting a taste of success and they forget that, you know, they're dwelling around people that had it much longer. You know, people mistaken experience for complacency. And that's not always the case. Just because someone's been somewhere for a while doesn't mean that they're getting dusty. They're getting dusty or getting burnt out. Doesn't mean that they can't make a comeback. You know, and just take all the food. See, that's why I like doing these. We may end up doing this for a while, just on different rappers. Let me see. I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. Tough on record, talking about Rose. But in my city, it was friend zone. So I'm not exactly sure what he means. Let's see what else he got to say on that one. You won't ever take no chain off of us. Okay. How the heck you big stepping with a size 7 men's on? Okay, so that was kind of metaphorical. But he's saying, you know, who are you talking to? Let's do let me see. Let's run through Rose's real quick. Get to mine. Alright, so it's Rose. Get to mine. Tell by my watch it's a different time. Let me see. Oh no, here we go. Who believes he moving keys in his Louis V's? Well, we don't believe you're moving keys in your Louis V's, Rose. See, Rose is kind of going with the fantasy approach, with the image approach. You know, he's trying to play as that drug kingpin, and we all love that talk. You know, from an entertainment aspect, we love it from an entertainment aspect. But you know, anyone that has anything to do with that world knows that Rose is not about that. You know, he's at squares. You know, squares come and go. Who believes he moving keys in his Louis V's? Run up on you and snatch your chain. Watch your women bleed. See, this is very fantasy approach. Very fantasy approach. It's very blue pill fantasy. Feel the pain or just describe where you really ride. Either you cats getting money or ready to die. B.I.G. or give a heck if you cheat I lie. Alright, so it's just fantasy. It's just fantasy. Back to Drizzy. This the bark with the bite. Homie, what's up? I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up. So he's saying, you know, y'all look at me. Y'all look at me to a great degree. To the point where y'all got my pictures on the wall in the studio for inspiration. Drizzy's see, this is what always made Drizzy who he is, because he never tried to be someone who he's not. That's why so many people respect Drizzy. This is, see what's happening, and this is crazy. The name of the song is Drop and Give Me 50. This is the reason why 50 beefed with Rose. Now Drizzy's starting to side with 50. Because Fifth was always about being who he was. And calling out those that were actual squares in real life. You know? Everyone that 50 beefed with in the music industry were actually squares. They just played the image. They may have done some stuff back in the day, but they weren't career criminals. Fifth was a career criminal. He was on his way, you know, and he was able to escape the game early enough and fast enough to actually square up. See, so it's think about it. Ja Rule, Fat Joe, Mobb Deep, you know, all these guys were squares. Fifth even put it out in his book that, you know, Prodigy did ballet when he was something like, I think it was ballet when he was younger. You know, just like Pot. And that's not to speak down on it. It's just to say that, you know, you don't do ballet and move keys of crack when at some point in your life. It doesn't work that way. You know, if you're doing ballet when you're younger, that sticks with you, and everyone pretty much knows you as a square, as a good dude. Nothing wrong with that. It's just, you know, every once in a while someone is gonna pull your coattail. So Rose is still trying to push this image, and it's not working. Here's Drizzy. Let me see. Where did we leave off? Okay, extortion baby, whole career you've been shook up. 'Cause Top hold you down and give me 50 like some push-ups. Top dog, he went over to K-Dot just that fast. Dang, so who was he rapping to? Was that to Rose or was that to K-Dot? Because it works for both. Top hold you down and give me 50 like some push-ups. Your last one bricked. You're really not it. They make excuses for you because they hate to see me lit. Pull your contract because we gotta see the split. And the way you doing splits, trick, your pants might rip. My goodness. What is he talking about? Split royalties. This is money talk. The way you splitting money up, the way you doing splits and your contracts, the way you're splitting the money up, your pants might rip. That's damn. So we may have to do a part 2. We'll see. But I think from here the only question is what approach is K-Dot gonna take? Because we know he's a poet, we know what he's, you know, capable of lyrical wise. But I'm sorry if there's not some talking points that are worth mentioning, that's not gonna win the battle. That's not gonna win the battle. Lyrical miracle isn't gonna win the battle. There has to be some talking points worth listening to, worth considering. You know, because it is entertainment. Lyrical miracle is entertainment. It's like, wow, how did he think of this? Right? And for the lyrical miracle lovers, you know, it's gonna be hard for them to say that the lyrical miracle guy lost, because he's just using all this wordplay and just hypnotizing you with this wordplay. But at the end of the day, there has to be some talking points. There has to be some talking points, and that's what's making Drizzy very hard to beat. You know, this makes you wonder, like, dang, what if Drizzy did respond to Pusha T? What if he did respond? What would have happened? You know, this kind of redeems him from the Pusha T loss. Was it really a loss? If you don't respond to somebody, was it a loss? This is crazy. He's doing this to Rose and K-Dot at the same time, and it was hours after the Rose's diss came out. Now I know they got footage of both of them in the studio being cool after the diss, right? I'm not worried about that. I'm just looking at the wordplay. I'm looking at the lyricism. I'm looking at these guys, their ability to articulate their success on track. Let's jump down to verse 2 for Rose. Getting bullied, don't walk up on me, cause the clip is fully. Cats, punks, but don't want to push me. I'm like, really? Would he? See, he's just rhyming. Like his moves, but he never had to fight in school. Always ran, another cat had to write your grooves. He's that sounds great. But in real life, realistically, Rose probably had to run in school too. He became a cop. Nobody becomes a cop because they've been winning their fights in school. People that win their fights in school don't become cops. People become cops because they're tired of losing. They want to compensate for all the losses that they had in school. See? I can attest to that. I didn't lose much of my fights in school. So the streets were calling. The streets were calling because, I didn't lose too many. I had good sparring partners, and my slap boxing partners, they were more tougher than most of the guys that I got into real altercations with. So by the time, a real fight popped off, I was handling business, And I was always fighting cats that were, play fighting with cats that were older than me. So, that's just a small idea, a small, example. But people don't become cops because they've been winning in school. Stop it. Rose, he became a cop, and we know that's because, he had to compensate for something, which makes the drug talk, the kingpin talk, very degenerate. It's a degenerate gambler's approach. It's a gamble. I would have respected this verse much more if he would have approached it and said, look, this is what it really is. I grew up like this. I had it hard, but not as hard as many others. I was a little more fortunate. I got my guard card, became a CEO, was looking out for cats when I was doing that job, helping cats. That would have been a much more respectable approach. If he would have said, I've been, when I was a CEO, I was helping cats. I was one of the good ones. I was one of the ones that cats appreciated because I made that time a lot easier. Right? And then transition from that to, so I took that money and I turned it into a metaphorical down payment on a metaphorical key. I took that money and made it a down payment on a metaphorical key. What's the metaphorical key? His first rap mixtape or album or studio or whatever the first investment was for his music career. Because ever since he got into the music career, that's all he been rapping about is keys, kilos, and all the drug talk. But that would have been a much more respectable approach if he would have approached this from that and then said, this is how I came up. Now what about you, Drizzy? You a half Jew. We already know what that means. Nepotism on steroids. Came in with an acting career. That's cool. And then kind of chopped him down that way. That would have been great. He's not doing any of that. He could have came at his father and said, your father was already in the music game. For lack of better words, you're spoon-fed. He could have came at him with that. Come on, man. He's talking about keys and drugs and guns and fully loaded clip. We don't believe it. Where's Drizzy's, dang, this song is long. Wait a minute. Where's the second verse? Alright, verse. Where's the hook? Okay, so there's, alright, so the hook is really, okay. They didn't put the, okay, that's alright. Let's get down to the last of it. Okay. Pipsqueak pipe down. You ain't in no big three. Scissor got you wiped down. Travis got you wiped down. Savage got you wiped down. Like your label boy, you in the scope right now. Oh. And you gon' feel the aftermath of what I write down. Oh my God. Kendrick's out of there. Alright, I'm at the top of the mountain, so you tight now. Dang. I'm at the top of that kind of sound a little suspect though. I'm not gonna. Usually when someone brings up a mountain, if they're not talking about a lion, they're talking about Brokeback. So I don't know. And then he tight now. I don't know. I don't know if that was a. I know DJ Quick said something very suspect to MC8 in that diss, but you know, I moved to digress. Just to have this talk with you, I had to hike down. Big difference between Mike then and Mike now. Dang. He's really talking. This is, I don't think I had to keep going. Let me see if I can find something else that he said to Rose, because he was really going on Kendrick. Claim, let me see. Y'all cats manager was Chubb's little blunt runner. Let me see, wait a minute. Oh no, here we go. Yeah, I'm the sixth god. I'm the front runner. Y'all cats manager was Chubb's little blunt runner. Dang, who was it that used to be the blunt guy? Be the roll up guy. Dang. Shoot, I don't know why I can't think of it. Claim the six and you boys ain't even come from it. Now, six means two things. Six, he's talking to, he's still on Kendrick right now. But six means two things. It means Canada, and on the West, it means Crip. So he's talking to West Coast guys, you know, talking about six. So, and then he said come from it. So it's like, all right, that kind of sound like gang talk. Let's see where he's leading up to. And when you boys got rich, you had to run from it. That sound like gang talk. Cash blowing Able bread, out here tricking. Shoot, we do for women. No, stuff we do for women. He doing for homies. Oh man. Jets, whips, chains, wicked. Spend it like you trying to screw boy. You tripping. Damn, I don't even know what this is about, y'all. Y'all may have to update me in the comments. We're hitting the, yeah, we done past the 30-minute mark. But I think this pretty much covers it, man. I'm trying to look for something that he said against Rose. Okay, here we go. Drop and give me 50, drop and give me 50A. Cats really got me out here talking like I'm 50A. Cats really got me out here rapping like I'm living. rapping what I'm living. I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky. Oh boy. Oh, dang, this is very witty how he's merging this. Can't believe he jumping in. This dude turning 50. Dang. Every song that made it on the chart, he got from Drizzy. Dang, it's like he's rapping to Kendrick about Rose. Every song that made it on the chart, he got from Drizzy. Worry about whatever going on with you and her. Worry about whatever going on with you and her. Hey, shout out to the hooper that be busting out the gritty. Okay, that's definitely a basketball reference. I know why you mad, homie. I ain't even tripping. I ain't even rapping after this. I'm way too busy. Yeah, I hear that. This for all the top dogs. Drop and give me 50. Dang, he kind of barely regarded him. And that song y'all got is not starting a beef with us. This here been brewing in a pot. Now I'm heating up. Dang. I don't care what Cole think. That dot stuff was weak as what? Champagne tripping. He is not easing up. Cats call the top to see if top wanna piece it up. Top wanna piece it up. Top wanna piece it up. So piece it up. He's in. What I'm reading here shows peace, P-E-A-C-E. But I don't know. I think one of these pieces references a piece. You know, a gun piece. I think that's a gun reference. Nah, punk. Now you on your own when you speaking up. You done roll deep to this. It's not even deep enough. Begging Kai Sanat, boy, you not even beating us. Numbers wise, I'm out of here. You not even creeping up. That's that talk. That's that talk I like to hear right there. Money wise, I'm out of here. Y'all not even sneaking up. Cornball, your show money, merch money, feed to us. Dang. So he's saying all the money y'all make is it's like fees that we pay to get stuff going. That's crazy. This is what I expected from Rose. I wanna read a little more of Rose's just to, give him another chance, see what else kind of money talk he could have had in there. But I'm sorry, it's Rose to follow under Jay-Z so much. It's kind of disappointing how sometimes he struggles to get that money talk into certain objectives that he has. Just because you bring up something lavish doesn't really make it money talk. If you're gonna do money talk, this is the time right here. This is the time to talk money, to talk numbers, to talk calculation, to talk analytics. This is the time to do it. You can't just bring up Charles Schwab and just, it becomes money talk. No, it's gotta make sense. And Drizzy, he's bringing out numbers. He's bringing out analytics here. What teaming up, but all y'all falling like some dominoes. Bros turning hoes, dog, like I ain't got enough of those. Dang, he's still on Kendrick and them. I can't wait to see how far you cats get to reaching now. This is closest thing you cats getting to a feature now. Oh man, oh my goodness. He's saying y'all can't eat no more. Now of course they're gonna squash this, but dang, this is good entertainment. This is good, and y'all know how I'm against entertainment, but that's good entertainment because that's good fantasy. That's good imagery of what would happen if Drizzy actually said, you know what, I'm taking all the food. I'm taking the whole tablecloth, everything that's on the tablecloth. You know, I'm taking it. I'm taking it home with me. Y'all ain't eating. Or if it's his house, so it's, you know, no doggy bags, no no takeout, you know, no takeout bags. You know, the food stays here. I'm taking all the food. Y'all could go home. You know, backpedal game, cause a few y'all been reaching out. Y'all drew the line. What the heck we gotta speak about? I don't really see anything else on Rose here. Oh, wait a minute. This says Drake's lyrics at Future. I could never be somebody #1 fan. Your first #1, I had to put it in your hand. You jokers can't get booked outside America for Nan. I'm out in Tokyo because I'm big and wild. So that was at Future. And then he got Metro booming in here. Got more love in the city that you from Cat Metro. Shut your mouth up and make some drums, homie. Yeah, that's Metro. He threw Weekend in there, claimed the 6, and you boys ain't even come from it. So that was after Weekend. Alright, let's see. And his lyrics versus Rose. I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky. Okay. And then the drop and give me 50. Yeah, so yeah, that was pretty good. That was a good one. Yeah, so he dissed a couple of people in there. He dissed a couple of people in there. This was pretty constructive. Destructive, but constructive, from an entertainment, from a observer's aspect, from a philosopher point of view. Because, you know, you have two guys that are known for talking about money, and here they are, you put them in a ring together, and you let them do their thing. You see who's really more gifted at this. And like I said, I like Rose for the beats. You know, I really like his ear when it comes to the beats that he chooses to voice himself on. But Drizzy, of course, he knows what the ear of most of the masses like to hear more, so that's what he raps on, and I'm not mad at it. But Rose, man, I was kind of expecting more. I heard him talk money talk a little better than this, but I don't know. Even the Birdman diss wasn't that liquid. It wasn't that profound. And to be honest, it's the dialogue after the diss. That's Rose's thing. He'll rap, and then his dialogue after the diss, it'll be like the paperwork. He'll bring out the paperwork and say, these are the numbers. You're messing up. And he did the same thing on Champagne Moments. It's like, why didn't you put that in the lyrics? This don't count, Rose. It don't count if you just say it. If you're just talking, if you're talking the facts after you finish rapping, that doesn't count as the diss. But hey, I guess he sees that as the boss thing to do. That's what a boss does. But once more, he's talking to a boss that's been bossing it at a much greater rate than him. And Drizzy got this one, in my opinion. I'm gonna leave you all to your own opinion, and like the comment section up. Let me see what y'all got to say on this one. But of course, there's only 300 of us, I know y'all got better things to care about. Really, this is just to bring a couple more people to the group, to our to this thing of ours. Just to bring more people in, just to cater to the things that people care about a lot, care about most, and that's what's going on in pop culture. But I think that's just about it on that. I'm not gonna get on my soapbox today. I just like this kind of conversation. I like this kind of talk. When you're talking about cats that are successful, going at it, kind of flexing on stage as if it's the Arnold Classic, right? Just flexing, saying that, these are my numbers, these are my numbers, this is what I do. And I'm, like I said, a little disappointed in Rose, but I still like this. This is good. Some may say, this isn't black excellence, this is black man trying to tear each other down. Look, I'm not one of the save the world, utopia, middle world peace type. No, I'm not into that. I do condone war. I do like war. I do like conflict. Not saying that I'm toxic, whatever that term means, right? Not saying that I'm chaotic, but I do appreciate war. I do understand that war can be necessary, and I do understand that it is inevitable amongst men. War is inevitable amongst men. There's always going to be a war, and you have two kind of men. You have men that run from wars and men that run to it. Men that run from bullets and men that run to them, or men that run from gunfire and men that run to gunfire. I remember I got into one altercation with one gentleman, and he was asking, humbling moment, because I was a little younger, but he said, have you ever been shot at? And I said, nah, I had a gun pulled on me, but I never been shot at. And I said, what about you? You're asking me this, what about you? And he said, nah, but I ran to gunfire. I ran to the bullets. And of course he was bullying me around. This is a war vet. So yeah, bullying me around, but it was a humbling moment. It was like, wow, I'm talking to someone that actually knows what they're talking about in this regard. And you could take that into many aspects of life. There's only two kind of men that run from gunshots and men that run to them. So This is lyrical war about success. And I like this. You know, if you guys want more on these, please let me know. And if you want a part 2, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm probably not gonna do it. You know, there are other things even in the media that are worth covering. And if the video don't pop, that just lets me know I need to move on to another topic. That's all. But you know, thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for sharing this with everyone that you know. And stay wise.